White Sox, Indians. Man, is the Central Division going to be so much fun? There's a couple spots in MLB that make me wish that we had a 162 game season. That one of them, and they're both in the AL. What's going on in the Central is, God, I want 162 games of it. And then watching Madden get the Angels together, it would have been nice to see what could have happened. And at least he saved him his job. So those are two spots that I sort of wish we would get to see the longer season. All right, White Sox, Indians, 73 Fahrenheit clear, 3 miles per hour in. Keuchel, Plesac, another beauty matchup of pitchers. Plesac and the Indians opened up at minus 115. They are now minus 140. 25-cent move towards the Indians. This total was originally juiced to the over 7.5. It is now juiced to the under 7.5. Keuchel 6-2, 2.04 ERA, 1.10 WHIP, 39 Ks and 57 in the third. Can't get the K when he needs it, but still gets soft contact. Only 2 home runs allowed in 57 in the third. Zach Plesac 4-2, 1.85 ERA, 0.78 WHIP, 50 Ks, 4 walks. Very impressive. White Sox versus righties, 258, 756 OPS. They hit lefties harder. Indians versus lefties, poor, 227, 679 OPS. Both bullpens, lights out. Indians have now beaten the White Sox 3 straight. They're 2 games back of them, 2.5 games back of the Twins. The Indians are coming. The White Sox have lost 4 straight, 5 of 6 and 6 of 8. In that 6 of 8 losing run, they've scored just 23 runs. And Luis Robert, 0 for 28. Some of these young studs who came out of the gate rolling are going to be fortunate that it's a 60-game season, because we've seen it year after year after year. That 162-game season is just wears you down. Keuchel faced the Indians this season. Hasn't faced the Indians this season. 4-1 with a 2.79 ERA. 8 appearances, 7 starts. Last out, Keuchel went 4 innings against the Reds. 0 earned runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, 7 Ks. I don't know, Nolly, and I'd love to hear your take on it, if they're just trying to protect him, or that he's walking too many batters, or the pitch count is getting too high too early, because he's not allowed to run in his last 3 starts. But he's only made it through 14 innings in those 3 starts. And then Plesac 1-0 in 2 starts against Chicago. Hasn't allowed to run 18 this season. 18 strikeouts in 14 innings, and 1-2 with a 2.42 ERA, 4 career starts. Coming off a beautiful bounce back start for Plesac in Detroit. 7 2/3, 5 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 11 Ks. What are you doing here, White Sox, Indians? And great call on the first 5 under 3.5 yesterday.
Yeah, we were able to get that one yesterday. Two great pitchers on the mound, and here we got 2 great ones going again. And like you mentioned with Dallas Keuchel, he didn't go too deep in his last start, but let's remember he did spend 12 days on the IL, so they didn't want him to go too deep on his first time back. But he looked very impressive, going only 4 hits, 7 Ks, 3 walks, and 4 innings pitched. A guy that's looked really good this year. Got an ERA, a 2.04 with a 1.1 WHIP. Guy looks really good, and is a guy that can get out of trouble. I mentioned it with Peterson with the Mets. That's something that I haven't seen, but with with Keuchel, I've got a lot of information with him, and with runners in scoring position, he gets even better. So it's a guy that I like to back often, and a guy that looks really good. And this is a playoff type game. You talk about in the division here, the White Sox only have a 2-game lead with 4 games left, so possibility for the Indians to creep up into that second place spot and push these White Sox to the wild card, especially the way these White Sox have been playing. They're really sputtering. They've lost 6 of 8, like you said, only scoring 23 runs. And Luis Robert, he's 0-28, but even worse, he's 6-70 in the month of September. Just god awful right now. They seem to have figured out there's a hole in his swing. It's something that he's got to adjust. This is a game of adjustments, pitch to pitch. Adjustments have to be made, and he hasn't been able to do it, and he's suffering for it. Here on the other side, Zach Plesac for the Indians, who's looked really, really good, especially on his last time out. This is a guy that has gone at least 6 innings pitched in every single one of his starts. A guy that, to me, when I watch him, has seemed to have perfected the little short arm action. It's really, really short and really deceptive to these batters. The guy looks phenomenal here in the month of September with a 2.28 ERA. So here in this playoff atmosphere, I'm going to keep attacking what I like to do, and that's going to be the first 5 under. I was able to grab a 4 early this morning, but even at 3.5, I'll still take that. And even with the lean to under 7.5 full game as well.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting, and good read on the Keuchel situation coming off the IR. So you got the 4. Great work getting the 4, but you still endorse it at 3.5. There is actually it's still 4s. There's still 4s. Only a couple books have moved it to 3.5. Be curious to see what mine is doing here. First 5 is at 4 here, under 4 at -115. This is the exact spot that will hurt me not betting it right now. It's under 4. The first 5 under 4 at under 4 -115. There's no I don't want to say guaranteed, but I know when I go to bet this will be 3.5 at -115. Attaboy, Christian Rivas, nice hit there, my man. And do you have a lean on the side? Do you understand this big market move towards the Indians?
I mean, I can understand the way these Indians are rolling right now. They're playing really loose. They got Sandy Alomar over there as the coach. I don't know if you got Tito that's been on the sideline, and the team seems to gravitate to him. This is a lot of Latinos on that team, and they play really loose, specifically because of Jose Ramirez, a guy that looks out there to have a blast on the field, and the guy's just been lights out. To me, they've got the better bullpen. They've been hitting a lot better, but still not scoring a lot of runs. I can see why to fade these White Sox right now. They're ice cold in these bats, so I get the line movement. But to me, it's just tough. I like Dallas Keuchel a lot. I expect him to shut them down. It's like a postseason game here, so I just like the under better.
I'd get in on the first 5 under 4 -115. I predict it won't be available in an hour and a half.